Creek. I'm just going to talk about little tiny tents. I've got my custom little tiny tent that I already bought from Bear Paw Wilderness. I had this custom made and it cost about 700 bucks. And I bought this one on sale, the Fly Creek, for only about $350. All right, so basically what you saw in that last clip was that, you know, I've got some Cuben fiber and I'm interested in something a little bit more stealthy. What I've got here is I've got the Magnum Pro from Sharpie. And I'm gonna paint my Cuben fiber black. Okay, and there's some chats on the internet by climbers who say that there's no documented proof that Sharpie ink deteriorates plastic or nylon. Cuben fiber is Dyneema nylon, which is stronger than steel, but it's printed onto some vinyl, to mylar. There's a very, very thin sheet of vinyl mylar in here. It's put through a computer printer, and the tough Dyneema fibers are printed onto that vinyl. Okay, so this is 1/2 ounce per square yard Dyneema nylon printed on vinyl. It's a very, very luxurious and comfortable and dry material. I found that it was better than the mini tents that are out there from REI. I just returned a Fly Creek from Big Agnes that I bought from my REI on sale. But I want it to be black, so I bought the Magnum Pro, and as far as I know, this should work. So I'm gonna get started. What I've got here is I've got some cardboard. From drawing t-shirts as a kid, I know that it's best to put your material on top of some cardboard, try to stretch it out as good as you can, and then draw the ink onto the cardboard and just stain the cardboard. This permanent ink will go straight through the material and get onto the cardboard, and also it might smell, it might melt the material, who knows, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna paint my Cuben fiber black. Okay, so I'm doing this on a warm day with the doors wide open in my house. The Sharpie does stink a little, but as you can see, this area is kind of dry right here. And this area over here that's shiny, that's wet. It's a labor of love. I mean, this takes time to do, but yeah, I think it will work. I mean, the end result kind of looks like that. It's just dried on there. It's just slightly more stealthy than what it once was. But yeah, it takes time to dry, like maybe 10 or 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute, and it needs to be done in short bursts. I'm kind of drawing it on like that. And yeah, I mean, it'll take time to get the whole entire tent painted, but it looks pretty easy to do. Okay, so what you can see here is that it takes a while to dry. I'm having some issues where I'm waiting a while and some of it isn't drying. I think there's still some DWR on this Cuben fiber. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this whole tent, I'm gonna let this dry, I'm gonna throw the whole entire tent into the washing machine and wash the DWR off of it, and then continue the project after that. Okay, so it didn't work at all. Okay, that Sharpie pen turned out to be one more thing that I bought for 10 bucks off of Amazon.com that turned out to be completely useless. Okay, this is the end result. This is on just a light hand wash on the washing machine. It washed the Sharpie pen completely off, more or less. There's a slight stain there. And the Cuben fiber proved to be 100% waterproof. It's just as waterproof as a plastic bag that you would use to bring a goldfish home from the pet store. There was just a pile of water in here that didn't dry out. So it's 100% waterproof. It doesn't really need DWR. And I noticed that the texture of the Cuben fiber that I didn't paint with Sharpie pen is more robust. It's got more texture to it than the Sharpie that I did paint. This is kind of sticky and plasticky feeling. It feels slightly deteriorated. Whereas this is nice and cozy and kind of, it has a texture to it. It feels better, you know? So here's the painted version, and here's the untouched version. The untouched is much better. So yeah, that was a waste of time. It isn't really possible to stain your Cuben fiber. Whatever color the Dyneema is when you purchase it, that's the color that it stays.